All right. What was the most overrated piece of relationship advice you've ever heard?
Oh wow! You come out the gate
I do.
swinging.
Y'all already know what it is in the keepsake corner. That's how we come out. I just most overrated piece of relationship advice you've ever heard.
Most overrated
Mhm.
relationship piece of advice. You were supposed to give me some type of heads up for this because I gotta woo!
No.
I've had some pretty bad relationship advice over the years.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't hold on to the bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't hold on to the bad. You be like, all right, that's bad. We throw that to the side. We gonna never ever use it. So it's like it's hard to like recall the worst part because that means you stood out. You stood out as some horrible advice. I think.
Let me start off. You think did you go up for one yet?
I mean, I got an idea.
Okay, go ahead.
I got an idea.
Go ahead.
I think it's more the people that tell you, that encourage you to not communicate. I think those that's the trauma. That's the problem. I think the people that encourage you to not communicate with your mate in terms of figuring out whatever it is. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? But the encouragement to non-communicate. If you're mad, just stick it out. Like hold your guns. You know what I'm saying? You mad, just hold your guns. Don't even like don't call them. Don't make them feel like,
in that sense.
you know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
okay. I know what you mean.
So you have those people that'll see you mad and that will engage in your anger. And that would egg your anger on. Like, yo, you got a right to be mad. You should be mad. Be mad about this, that, and the third. And then they will like encourage you to hold on to this anger. And then those people are toxic people in my opinion. But it's a catch-22 because I know people of color as a whole don't communicate. So that's a whole nother. That is
a whole nother conversation. Y'all, welcome to the Keepsake Corner. Y'all know what it is, your girl. It's the safe space right here where we talk about everything from here, there, relationships. We get off topic, but we always try to bring it back, y'all. That's why y'all type in the comments. But you already know I have a guest. And what? Today it is none other than Dre. So we do a guest toast up in here. Bring it in, Dre.
This alkaline.
In. Alkaline. No, this one isn't. Nor is alkaline.
No, it's alkaline. It's alkaline.
Is it pH? Is the same as alkaline? Well, then it's alkaline.
9.5 pH.
Then it's alkaline. You know that bottle. That's it. It's pH. We balance up in here. Check. We balance. Okay. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome. No, thank you for coming out. You know, I usually don't like the whole tell me about yourself, the whole interview thing. So I just want you to go ahead and introduce yourself. How you feel?
Well, thank you for that, Ken. My name is Dre, as you call me.
That's right. My name is. I got music Tourette, so a song gonna bust out.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I might join in with you.
Come on now.
But Dre, as you call me, Councilman Spicer, City of Compton, District 2. I'm known in politically or professionally, Hub City Dre, for just the community aspect and just culture aspect. So, Hub City, Compton.
Yes, CPT. Yeah. Welcome. Well, thank you for coming again. It's a safe space, and it's all about perspectives because, listen, relationships these days, and not just intimate relationships, y'all. But that's where we really be clashing though, because yes, family relationships, co-workers,
relationships. Period. I can help you with speaking on relationships as a totality.
Yes, thank you. Because Dre, let me tell you, when I be like, "Oh, I'm a relationship coach," we be like, I ain't in one. I don't want to be one. And I'm like, whoa, hold on, because look, I just had a mother and a daughter last week. Because that
relationship conversations can be very problematic. They can be very controversial.
Yes.
So it's like I understand the people that are like, oh, I don't want to get in a relationship conversation. I personally steer away from relationship conversations as well. I was reluctant to come in here and talk to you, Kenya. I just, I don't want no smoke.
Oh my, look, that just made my little keepsake heart. Y'all see that smile because you decide you could be anywhere in the world right
Anywhere in
now.
the world.
But you decide to come in the safe
Right
space,
here with you.
in the keepsake
In the
corner,
safe space.
and talk about relationships.
Hello, keepsake.
So let's just talk about why you don't want to talk about relationships. Let's talk about it. No, really, because again, we started off with the whole communicating thing, right?
Yeah.
And I say all the time, it's about effective communication.
Absolutely.
Because everybody say communication is the problem. Like, no, it's not. It's how. It's how we communicate, how we respond.
I like that you said that because everybody has their level or style of communication that's comfortable for them.
Yes.
And I can't be mad at you for having a style that might not be the same style as I have, and vice versa.
Come on, Dre.
So I think that, like, us as people of color, we're very judgmental.
Ooh, that's the word.
And how we communicate is always judged. Like, and it's hard to get into like exactly how we communicate that's judged because we communicate in so many different ways, but we always feel judged.
Yes.
When the communication happens.
Yes.
No
we be thinking in our head too.
Oh, for sure.
We get caught in our head.
We're insecure. We have some insecurities that comes out in these conversations.
Yes.
And
I'm glad you said that because I, for one, coach the 5 communication styles because there are different ones.
So talk to me because I'm not versed on communication styles. So I know that there are communication styles. Talk to me. What are the communication styles?
There are 5 of them. And so the first one, which I'm just going to start off with the most effective one, is the assertive communication style.
Okay.
But that's the most problematic one.
I was going there.
Yes,
it could be the most problematic one.
It's crazy, but it's the most effective one. But of course, I guess in a perfect world, right? Everyone would love the assertive style.
That's not true.
No, you don't think so?
No, because everybody can handle direct communication.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. That's why it's the most problematic because people can't handle it because of the other 4 styles, right?
Okay.
So the other style is the manipulative style, which is one that is most common, unfortunately. You see? So then we have the aggressive style.
Give an example of the aggressive style.
Oh, that is just yelling.
Okay.
That is yelling. That is the vulgarness. That is just.
It's the one that we're all familiar with.
Yes, very familiar with. And then there's the passive.
That's me.
Really?
I am. I'm passive.
You're passive?
I'm passive till I'm not.
Okay, so then hold on, because there's passive aggressive.
Okay.
No,
I need to shut up and just listen first.
See? So the thing about those is that, like you said before, everyone has a different style. So therefore, when you meet someone that doesn't have the same style as you, you have to know how to deal with that other person with the other style.
Right.
So you have, if there's an assertive person, you have to know how to deal with the aggressive person because the assertive person can come off aggressive to an aggressive person. Does that make sense?
That absolutely makes sense.
Yes. So then you have the manipulative. You come across a manipulative with a passive person? Oh.
Oh, that's a problem.
Oh.
That's a problem. But okay, I'm listening. You got some. I never broke down the types of communication.
I break down everything. That's one thing that sets your girls aside from as a relationship coach because there's so many levels to things. I also do the 5 attachment styles, the apology style. Everybody love the apology style. We're not gonna get into all that because that's not what this segment is about. Because Dre, like, hold on.
We could have to go into a counseling session in
I'm saying because, and again, I mean, the number one that a lot of people know is the 5 love languages, right? That's very common. But I always flip that on y'all because what I do is I also teach the opposite of the 5 love languages, meaning how to deal if you have the opposite of your partner. So for an example, If your love language is acts of service, and mine is quality time, I can't sit up there and, you know what I'm saying, just demand that you sit down on the couch with me all day. You know what I'm saying? I have to learn what your acts of service is and how to feed your love language as well, right, too. Right. So therefore, if I want some quality time, I might have to, cook. That's an act of service, like cook while we're sitting on that couch or something like that. But a lot of people don't feed into that. Or another common one is that if mine, which mine isn't, is receiving gifts. No, if mine is not receiving gifts, right? Because it's not. It's not receiving gifts, but yours is. So every day you come home buying me a bag, that's not gonna work for me because I want quality time.
Neither for my budget, but go ahead.
Right, you see what I mean? We talked about that on Money Monday yesterday. It's called lifestyle flexing. When someone is just like trying to live up to a lifestyle. That's Money Monday, y'all. That's something different.
Got it.
But so I also teach people on how to accommodate, I guess that's the word I want to say, their partner's love language as well.
So, I think it's important to know that, excuse me, know your partner's love language. Most of us focus on our own love language.
Yes, and I say it's all the time for fellas. I mean, some fellas might like what I'm about to say.
Women are only focused on women love languages. Let me clear that up.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh yeah, I like to take a shot.
So here, okay, because this is what I was gonna say. That's good. Women, see this. This is why me and Dre is here because this was the example I was gonna give. For an example, if a woman likes bubble baths, right? She's only, like you're saying, she's only paying attention to her. So she's running her man a bubble bath every night. Now, I ain't saying fellas don't want no bubble baths. Might be some of y'all that want to. But if a man come home and she's like, oh, and he like, girl, if you don't run that shower, run that shower and get them suns out my face. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that's a good example because a woman would do.
Yeah. I've experienced that. Women are more concerned with their own love languages. I mean, and not to say they're not concerned with anyone else's.
Right.
However, the focus tends to be the woman's love language, and even for the men. So I don't want to interrupt. I'm sorry.
No. Again, this is what this is about because give me more. So give me an example of an example of when someone was more focused on their love language.
Whoa, you won't do that to me. I won't go down that road.
Oh no, listen. Look, this is a safe space here. We'll have to do no.
It's a safe space. We on the internet. What are you talking about?
This is still safe up in here, y'all.
Safe in this space. This is when it airs. It's not gonna be so safe.
However,
your question again was an example of.
It could be a broad example of when you experience someone paying more attention to their love language.
I can just say that I think that is very common.
Okay. Yes, like that.
For women to be more engaged in their own love language. I think that men have come off as an accessory to relationships as opposed to a vital part of the relationship. You know, like when you want a relationship, you're already talking about, what can you do for the woman, how you make the woman happy, blah, blah, blah. You go through that whole process. But then on the flip side, it's like, all right, well then the guy has to also be happy as well. And so like, what is it that you've done to meet those needs? What is it that you've done to just address those concerns of that particular person? And some women don't even know what that addressing those concerns are because they're more focused on their own.
Yes.
So it's like, all right, well, and granted, it goes both ways. Yeah, so let me not just say it's like, it goes both ways. Men are more focused. Could be focused on themselves than they are on their mate.
Now, my people know I always tell them there's a percentage over here that we talk about, and it's a percentage over here talking about. However y'all comprehend it, that's percentage y'all.
Right. So nothing I'm saying is like specific to any side.
Y'all
it's just like, yo, we're just having a conversation. So yeah.
Yes, which see, I'm telling you, me and Dre, you be here. You gonna have to come back because you and I be on the same page. Because what my example for the very first question of the most overrated piece of advice I've ever heard, not I've ever received.
That was a good question to ask. The most
you.
overrated piece of advice, relationship advice that I've ever received is a great question to ask.
Thank you.
I don't want to answer it again. However,
right. No, I'm gonna give you my example, but I'm gonna keep that one in rotation, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep that's a good one. My example was the whole happy wife, happy life. Hate it. Mm-hmm. Hey y'all know your girl. Mm-hmm. I don't like, and I'm gonna tell Dre. Why? I don't like overused words. I don't like misdefined words. I don't like these buzzwords and every here because we've lost the word of understanding. I'm gonna tell you why happy wife, happy life. Over the past let me see year, and I'm laughing because I still need to find a way to reiterate this because I say my male clientele have grown, right? But I gotta find another way to say that.
We want to know our relationships too. We want to indulge in
right
too,
and so I say that to say that a large percentage of my guys, and y'all know y'all my fellas, are unhappy in their marriages, relationships, and are staying for the kids.
They come on here and say that?
No. Oh. I said my male clientele.
Oh.
That's why I said my male client. My clients that are males. No. Again, no, that's the real safe space.
Okay.
No, this is
that's a pretend safe space.
Yeah, this is the internet safe space. Yeah. This is where I want y'all to come in and share y'all perspectives.
You're so full of it.
But the clientele, that's the safe space. That's the confidential safe space. Okay. But I say that to say that also they are coming out more and having their perspectives and saying more and saying reasons why. And eventually, well, let me tell you, when they do exit the relationships, they do share that publicly that they were very unhappy and staying for the kids. So it comes out eventually. It does. Yeah. No face, no case.
No, I get it.
So I say the whole happy wife, no, I'm happy, no, happy wife, happy life. That's just one sided. And
absolutely,
as men, I have learned because to date, I've only interviewed men because I'm here to get the male's perspective uninterrupted. And
why is that important to you?
Because see, Trey, this is why let me tell you why.
Why is that important to you?
I started Kenya's Keepsake because of my own, well, along with the credentials, my own personal story of leaving my daughter's father, specifically because I was unhappy. I was unhappy. Okay. And it all comes out like majority of men do that. They're like, oh no, like, so a lot of men were so angry at me saying that I should have stayed, like I didn't work it out. We were together 7 years. I didn't work it out. I should have stayed for the kid.
Timing doesn't matter, just for the record.
Right.
Timing doesn't matter.
Well, for them.
What did you do in that time that you guys were together?
Come on, Drake. This is why this is important to me. Okay. Because of this perspective here. And this is what I am trying to explain to people. And also, I'm an advocate for happiness, period. Mm-hmm. Like you said, timing doesn't matter. Children didn't matter. None of that. Because as you get older, and I don't even
No, because those things do matter.
Which one matters?
All of that matters. It just depends on who you're talking to as it relates to how much it matters in their relationship.
Right.
Does it matter if the kids are happy? Maybe.
Right.
Maybe not. Maybe the kids' happiness is more important than your happiness.
Right.
Then for some people, that's the case.
Yes.
For some people, it's like, bro, I don't care how happy this kid is. Mm-hmm. I'm miserable. Mm-hmm. And I need to make a move. So it's all like you have to like really look at it and address it for what it is.
Right.
So what are we addressing exactly?
So so for me, I'm addressing the ones that want out. The ones whose happiness is more important than the kids, but they don't know it yet. Mm-hmm. So what I do is I help individuals unlearn and relearn relationship skills through healing and self-discovery. So you're absolutely right. I have come across some guys that was like, 18. Don't worry about nothing. Like excuse me, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, even after a few sessions, they like it's cool. But then after a while, because I do not encourage anybody to do anything. I'm all about light bulb moments, right? So that's why, again, I teach the styles, I coach everything, do it. So you're absolutely right. So I know who my audience is and who it is. But for me, the people that are important to me are the ones that were exited because I did stay too long. I stayed 5 years too long. So therefore, I don't want any. And then I never looked back. Not one day was there a regret. Not one. Like everybody else was more worried about me leaving than myself. Okay. Everybody else was more, and I was like, oh my god. So then I say, the reason why it's so important again is because there are people out there that are like, oh my god, like men and women actually, but more women that are like, oh my god. But some of the men.
So let me say this though.
Go ahead.
Like men have these same emotions, thoughts, feelings, experiences. Mm-hmm. It's just that we're not as vocal about it.
Yes.
So the question is, why aren't we as vocal?
Right. Oh, that's gonna be it. Because are we getting into the vulnerability bag right now?
I don't know if that's the route that you want to go because you guys, women, don't have anything to stand on in this conversation.
I love
Not
it.
black women.
I love it.
So if you want to go down this route, we can.
Yes.
But we can we can absolutely chill in this space.
Yes, I love that because that's the other thing I really want to get down to is the vulnerability. But I know we always get on topic and off topic because I want to wrap that up. Did I want to make sure you understood why it's important to me, or did I skip some parts of it? Because I tell the story so much about me leaving my daughter's father, people saying that I chose to raise my daughter in a broken home, which I fight that term to the death. Y'all already know, and so on and so forth.
That's interesting.
Exactly.
But go ahead. But I mean, it's two different sides of that. Mm-hmm. So one is like, all right, did you do what's important to you? It's a question, and it's not. I don't need you to answer this question.
I can't.
This is just for everyone.
Yes.
What's important to you? Is it important to you to raise a child in a 2-parent household? And if it is, does it matter if that household is broken or not? Does it matter
because a 2-parent household can be broken?
Oh, absolutely, it can be broken.
To write that down.
No, for sure it can be broken. Mm-hmm. Like you can have broken people together in a situation and just developing a horrible experience for the child if they're broken parents.
Yes.
So, but the question is, why are you staying, and are you willing to do whatever it is required to have a successful relationship with both the mother of your child and the child in the same space? Is that if that's your goal, then your approach is different. So again, I ask, what's the goal here? What are we trying to do? What's the movement? Right. Everybody has different agendas.
Yes.
And you can't assume that because I like you and you like me, we have the same agenda. That's not the case.
Amen.
You have a completely different experience growing up. You may have grown up with your grandparent. You may have grown up with your father. You may have grown up with just your mother. Your sister may have raised you. All these have complete different experiences in relationships and being in a relationship with a child, raising people. All those experiences have different experiences in themselves.
Yes.
Which all of those experiences are relevant to the environment that we're in.
Yes.
We have plenty of people that have been raised by their grandparents. We have plenty of people that have been raised by just their dad. We have plenty of people that have been raised just by their mom. Some that's been raised by just siblings. That's our community.
And their parents were still in the house. Some has.
Yes. Yes. In the case where some parents were still in the house. In the case some we're not.
Right.
All of those make a difference though in how you approach relationships. So my question again is, what is your approach? What is your goal in the approach?
So I think people lack the understanding of that, which again is why I started Kenya's Keepsake, because for me, I grew up in a loving 2-parent home, right? But I tell people that wasn't the cheat code. Yes, I grew up in a loving 2-parent home. My brother did as well. But guess what? I had a child by someone who, grew up in a 2-parent home until a certain age, and then like his dad moved on and he was raised by his mom, whatever.
Everybody's experience is different,
right? So that's my point. I say that to say everyone would think, oh my God, I grew up in a 2 loving parent home. So that's why everybody was against me leaving, because they were like, you grew up like this. Like, why would you not give your daughter that? And I tell everybody, like, whoa, I didn't see my mom and my dad in my household. That's totally different. You know what I mean?
And you know what? Let's pause there, because everybody has a different experience. Mm-hmm. Some people that was raised just by their grandparent, by just one one parent, thinking like, dang, I would have loved to have had both these parents in this space. Not even knowing what that even looks like. Mom and dad completely could completely hate each other.
Yes.
And that experience could have been hell for you at that time. Yes. Everybody's experience is different. Yes. And what do you want out of this particular experience is the question. So, yeah, all those are like, I love to have these conversations, because it like puts the light back on us.
Yes.
Like, yo, what did you want in this space? What did you want in this situation? So let me not continue.
No, this is amazing, because what really boiled my grits is when people try to tell people like, choose better. And I'm like, hold on. Like, and so again, for me, it's
is that statement come from broken people? Broken situations?
Absolutely.
Broken understanding? Broken
yes.
Circumstances?
Absolutely. And that's what I'm out here doing, y'all. I'm trying to change. For me, I'm all about a mindset shift. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm about shifting the mindset, because again, I, for one, have never considered my home a broken home. Never, until these words start coming out now.
So be clear. None of us consider our homes broken home, because we're conditioned to whatever the circumstances are. And that's not broken to us.
It's crazy, because that's what I'm saying. In these spaces, they are labeling themselves as being broken homes, single mothers, this. And then I was like, no, it's not a broken home. Like, because again, it could be broken. And then it's the 2-parent home thing. So now I'm like, okay, is it 2 biological parents? Are you saying if someone is, like you're saying, different experiences? If unfortunately one of the parents passed away, is that a broken home? Like, I think you're absolutely right. Everybody puts a negative connotation on so many things.
I'll give you a personal experience. Mm-hmm. For me. I didn't grow up with, like, my dad wasn't active in my life.
Okay.
I knew him, but he wasn't active. Whatever the relationship between him and my mom was, what it was. All right. Once I got down to like the actual facts, I know that my mom worked for the child support services. She was like a top tier in like that industry, like as far as, and I know that put my dad at a disadvantage. I don't know how that worked out for them personally. What I know is how it affected me.
Pause for 1 second, right? And I don't want you to forget that thought. But people came for my head a little bit, because I did a podcast a couple months ago with my guys. And I told them, now, yes, a lot of people, I know sometimes, y'all know I exaggerate sometimes and I'm a little animated, but I told people, I said, hey, for my fellas, my fatherless fellas out here, and I'm not saying this to you, I'm like, for my fatherless fellas out there, if you have any type of resentment towards your father and they are still alive and you feel some kind of way, I was like, I want y'all to think about it like this. Some of y'all mamas was trash. They came for me hard, like, and I'm like,
you just attacked their heart.
That's what they said. They was like, not my mama. Like,
not my mama.
Right, like,
and my mama wasn't done it.
Again, but I'm just like, seriously, and I'm not saying that's any justification for anything, right? Not at all.
It's a realization, though.
It is a realization. And again, some of these guys, they're just getting older and growing and having all these relationship challenges. And it, again, stems from the resentment from their fathers, but not really understand. Y'all mamas.
There's trauma both ways.
Come on now.
There's definitely trauma both ways.
And then you can get back to yourself. So I just have to point that out, because some of y'all moms.
Yeah, because y'all gonna throw me off. So hold on.
I know.
So hold on. Let me go back to
this. How I go. Okay, going back to your personal story. Look, I remember, And
so for me,
yes, how it affected you.
Let me just say that for me specifically, because of my relationship with my father and my mother, because I had a great relationship with my mother, I had a hit and miss relationship with my dad. We didn't have beef or issues. It's just that wasn't as present as I would have liked at those times. So as a result, I personally could not wait to be a father. I was so excited at being a father that I was like, yo, I can't wait to have my own so I can have this relationship and develop these relationships. I never, not one time, considered being with the mother of that child. I never at one time considered marrying the mother of that child or being a relationship. I was happy to be a father for me because I just want the opportunity to just do whatever I felt like I didn't have. And however you feel is that how you feel on all that. But for me, it was like, yo, I just want that experience to be and that opportunity. I never considered about being with the mother of my child long term.
Right. Okay. Because I was like, I didn't want
I'll
you
leave it there.
to
I'm gonna
forget
drop
your
it there.
thought. Okay, no. Listen, I'm 100% with you. And again, this is why, again, this is important. And I just started telling my story. My daughter's 22, and I left him when she was 5. So I am just now telling my story because people are asking, and there are a lot of women that are going through it. Like one of my signature talks for women is mood mastery, and it tells about the story on how I was just going through it, trying to stick it out. Because again, I grew up in a 2-parent home. So I thought that's what I had to do in the beginning. I was 18. Let's start there. I was 18. I was 19. I was 19 when I had her. I turned 20 the next month over.
So, don't just move over what you just said though, because you did think that that you need to be in a 2-parent household. Let me say that I agree with that statement. I do also believe that you should be in a 2-parent household, although that's not always the circumstances.
Right. But again, a loving, and I always say I grew up in a loving 2-parent household. Not that our house wasn't loving, and I say this all the time. He was not a bad person. And again, I always say I wanted to be his friend. I thought that I did the best thing that I can do. I woke up one morning and said, I don't want to do this. We were engaged. So I tell the story, I was engaged and unengaged. And I woke up one morning and said, I don't want to do this. Like I had a whole exit plan and blueprint and everything, and it just didn't go well on his end. Right. So again, I wanted to continue to co-parent. That's the word, that they're using right now. But I wanted to co-parent. I wanted to be his friend. Like we were cool. I just did not. So going back to what you were saying, that's why I brought the light bulb to me. I wasn't romantic. I didn't feel the butterfly. Like there was nothing about him. I didn't see him as my fiance. I didn't see him as nothing like that.
He was able to one day wake up and say, I don't want to do this no more. That's different.
Thank you.
That's different.
Why y'all coming from my head?
That was a different feeling.
I was unhappy.
Yeah, no, it's nothing wrong with being unhappy and saying it. Now, were you trash for that? I mean, you know.
Why? Okay, so again, that's all my fellas are saying. Like, oh my god, like
because I mean, we say it from a hurt space.
I get
you are
it.
Absolutely right.
Okay.
For not being happy and wanting to leave the situation.
Yes.
You have all right to want to do that.
Thank you.
Now, when men respond, it's like, oh my god, I can't believe she walked away from me. We don't take rejection well at all.
I know, and you know what? Again, 16 years later, it's all coming out now, and my daughter, she knows this story. And again, I not once regretted, looked back, or anything like that because happiness, like my daughter's happy, thriving, we're thriving, and all of that. Not saying she did not need her father.
Daddy, how did he respond?
Right, he did not take it very well, and then he disappeared.
See now we're getting into some real stuff because you were able to deal with the separation because you processed the separation. And you expected him to process the separation.
You're right.
Just because you did.
And in hindsight, that's the only thing I think about.
That's unfair.
That's the only thing I think about. I received that. I received that. We were 25 at the time as well, and I was a little more put together mentally. I received that. Thank you, Dre. Y'all see the keepsake corner.
I'm gonna hold you accountable.
It's about me, and You're right. You are absolutely right. And I don't have any buts, if ands, or buts about it. I will say, like I said, I've been asked before, like, oh, if you would, with the mind you have now, would you have done it different? And no. No, you would have done it no different. I honestly believe that I did it. There was no cheating, no fussing, no fighting, no domestic violence. Beautiful part about it. So I feel like I went about it. Oh, the running joke is, whether it's a joke or not, is the only thing I would have done differently is talk to his mom about it, because I told him to go to his mama. Oh, that's kind of wild right there. I don't even know how to. I don't even know how to digest so that. That's why I said it's a running joke. But no, seriously, I really, again, I believe that, because I'm all about, I think one of the challenges today is collateral damage and emotional baggage that people take in. Mm-hmm. I didn't want any of that. Again, wasn't any cheating, fussing, fighting. I don't know if that would have, well, he had accusations like it was another guy. I'm like, no, it's you. No other guy. Trust me. The guy is you, guy. No, yeah. But don't put him out there like that, man, because we all got insecurities. And yes, we would think if somebody that we cared for and loved and respected and held to this high standard, that they woke up one day and said, okay, I don't want to do this no more. Of course, we're going to think there's got to be somebody else in the picture. Yeah. There's got to be something else happening, unless there was like conversation that led up to this moment that said, okay, you know what? I don't like that you leave the cap off the toothpaste. And then we said that for 3 months straight, and now we got to the fourth month, and now like the straw that broke the camel's back. I understand that. But in the terms where I just woke up, and you like, yo, I really don't really want you anymore. That's gotta sting a little bit. It definitely wasn't like that. No, I'm telling you, that's how he took it. Regardless of how you intended it. Okay. That's how I took it, and you told me the story. Okay, so listen. Okay, this is good. Ooh, because that's why this is the keepsake space. Because I be having my light bulb moments too. To pull this out of me. So I asked myself, now that I have to think about it, because I didn't look back. Like, I never looked back. I had a daughter to raise. Like, he decided to whatever term we're gonna use. No, hit him with the disappear. Okay, he decided to not be as active. I like it. There were some parental challenges. Yes, there were some parental challenges. And I believed that his parental challenges made, what I felt is that his fatherhood was conditional. So basically his fatherhood was based on being with me. Right? That's how I felt, because go ahead. Because I had to jump in here and there. Is this a part of his upbringing? Is this something that he experienced? Was it that when his mom and dad was together, they was together, and when they was apart, they was apart? Yes, because it was another. Because that makes it. Because if that's your interpretation of relationships and fatherhood and co-parenting, then you're going to respond that way. So if I'm not with the moms, maybe I shouldn't be so close with the child, because some people feel that way. And some people feel that way because of what moms instills in that child. You know, your daddy ain't you know he ain't gonna pay no child support. You know he ain't gonna do this. I'm having a session right now. Yeah. And dad might, and if that's the case or not, that could not be the case. Yes, but the energy might come off that way. Like, yeah, I know she over here telling my son that, you know, I cheated, or I did this, or I did that. So now I feel like my son might look at me, or I feel like my daughter might interpret our relationship different because she's with moms 5 days out the week, and she only got with me 2 days. So now mom's got an advantage. Mom's got to get a chance to tell daughter and son extra information. I know that because I've experienced that from a young boy. Like, yeah, your daddy ain't whoop-de-whoop, or your daddy didn't do this, your daddy, and you have those experiences. Now you almost looking like, dang, nigga, what was you at for whoop-de-whoop? And why you didn't show up for this? And why you didn't show up for that? And it's all your perception is based off what your mom instilled into you. So now dad has to unpack what's in you, and then go back to the source and try to unpack that. And in which case, I only got 2 days to do this in your 5 days, and God, this is tough. That's deep. Now, in that situation, no, that's a lot of situations. Yes, but I'm saying in mine, it was another state, so it wasn't even like 2 days, and I need to unpack.
I'm glad you said that because I have children in Las Vegas. I see once a month.
Oh.
And the co-parent, I have a great co-parenting system in my case.
Good. I wanted one. I did.
I couldn't ask for anything better in my case in terms of co-parenting. However, I understand if the relationship with me and their mom wasn't as great co-parents. Not there's no romantic. I mean, I don't want to put our stuff out there.
Right.
Like, there's like we're co-parents.
Yes.
And we're solid in that. And I love her for being the mother of my child, and I will always honor and respect her no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Like we have that relationship.
Yeah. Well, no, it's
I don't
good to say that there's no romance because people be always thinking like, you still dipping. Like everybody ain't dipping.
Yeah, no, it's not always the case.
It's not always. Co-parenting could be great.
It can be. It can be, but it's all based on your relationship with that person.
Right.
So, like, I think that we've developed a great relationship to have that space to just have that space. I completely forgot my train of thought on this.
I know, but okay, let me try to bring it back because I wanted to say, I know, well, this is some good stuff. I tell you, see, Drake, look.
Y'all don't have no restroom breaks because you want me to talk for hours.
You know what? Hold on. We're going to go ahead and take a restroom break. Okay, hold on, y'all. Okay, so I have a question because it raised a point. No, this was good. You were saying that we all about mindsets. So I'm wondering because again, for me, I wanted to co-parent. I wanted to be his friend. I thought this is how it was. Like how and somebody asked me before, like, did you really say it? Like, I don't want to do this no more. Like, I think I did, but of course it came with it was like a discussion after that. That's probably how I started. But he didn't want nothing. Like he didn't want no parts. He didn't want nothing like that. And then
he didn't want any parts.
Any parts of our lives anymore. Like
you and your child.
Yes. He just parental challenges is what we called it. But
and listen, I noticed the smirk on your face when you said parental challenges.
No, I'll say it because I like it. No, I like it. I always look for new words though, but I like it.
I think that for men, we're at a disadvantage when it comes to parenting, and it's not. This is tough because I want to say it's not. It's circumstantial.
Okay.
It's circumstantial.
Okay.
We could definitely be better parents. I think that the communication and the expectations of a man as a parent has changed over the years. So at one point, to be a parent was to be the provider, right? In your household.
Okay.
Bring home the bacon. Make sure, that was the father figure, the man figure. And along the lines, those start to change because now we don't need you bringing the bacon because we got food stamps. So I don't need you bringing the bacon. I don't need you to pay the rent because we got Section 8. Now, if I have both of these, that means I can't even have you here anyway.
Right.
So now your perception of a father or a man has been slightly changed because the system in which my baby moms, my mama, my grandmama, my aunts, all of them are indoctrinated in this particular system.
Right.
So now that's the system, what's my role when she doesn't want to be with me? What's my role when she doesn't want me anymore? What's my role now?
What's the role?
And if we never had relationships with our children, like it's one thing to live in a house with your child.
Yes.
Absolutely. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I think that's a beautiful thing. It's another thing when you can actually communicate with your child and have a relationship and develop, a sense of respect, a sense of guidance, and somebody I go to because I cherish your
right,
your thoughts, all of that, and who you are.
Right.
Like those are relationship things that are developed from having a father-son or father-daughter relationship. Those things aren't developed if you don't have that relationship. Right. So just because you have the title doesn't mean you have the relationship. Same thing with a relationship. Just because I'm your husband or your boyfriend or your wife or your girlfriend doesn't mean that the relationship, whatever that means, comes along with that relation, that title. That's not the truth. Let's discuss what that is. What is a relationship for you? What does a relationship for me and you look like? What does it look like if we decide not to be together no more, but we have this 5-year-old boy or daughter? Like, what does that look like now? Yes. Is it important for you to make sure that your child has a relationship with their dad? Or because you was raised by your mom and y'all was taught it don't matter. Ish. Yeah, that my relationship with my child reflects that image. Right. So like, what am I getting myself into? So I always tell people like know who you dealing with, know who you playing with, know who club you shooting up. Well, because okay. You know who club you're shooting up. So here's the thing. Here, all of that, 100%. I hope y'all was writing that down. Yeah, my notebook was over here. You know what I'm saying? We got it on record. Yes, we got it on record. Rewind, all that other stuff. But yes, I love that you said that because that's so again 100, right? But people change and people outgrow, people don't grow, and so on and so forth. So in my case, I again thought I did everything right because everything you described, I did none of that. I never took him for child support. I never even threatened him. Let me ask you a better question. Can you? Go ahead. What kind of relationship did you have outside of a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship? With him? With him. Right. Was there a friendship? Was there a companionship? Yes. Was there did he trust you? Did you trust him? Yes. Well, again, and I'm not talking about trust as in I don't want you to cheat. I'm talking about trust as in can I be vulnerable to you? But here's the thing. So going all the way back, we were cool. We met hanging out. We were cool, right? So no, I know where you're going because I'm gonna tell you what it is because y'all already know this story because I'm really about to blow Dre mind right now because blow it then. Let me hear it. Story. So I'm gonna tell it again for y'all know. Yes, when I say yes, we were friends, we were cool, we trust each other because we met as friends, we were hanging out, and we started hanging out more and more. Hold on, what you thought? Tell me, there's a moment where he was vulnerable to you. Like vulnerable. Oh yeah. That you can't so vulnerable that you can't talk about it on air. Oh, absolutely. Okay, then I'll believe you then. Yes. You can't say no more. You didn't even got experience. But then after that, I'm guessing out of that vulnerability, we had a discussion and said, "You want to have a baby?" I said, "Yeah." "You want to have a baby?" And we said, "Yeah." And then that's where it came out. Yeah, but that don't change the vulnerability aspect. No, I'm just saying that. For me, vulnerability is eternal. So I say, was he vulnerable to you? Yeah. So I say it was so vulnerable. We got so deep to I guess one night we was gazing each other eyes. It was like you want to have baby. Yeah, no, I'm just joking. I said that. But no, yes, he was very vulnerable. He lived in a different state at the time when we met. So these were late night talks. And I tell people all the time, this is 16 years later. So a lot of people think when I talk, it's it's emotionalist and all that other kind of stuff. We were cool. I liked him. We were definitely cool. But again, as you move on and forward into the relationship, you go through the ebbs and the flows. You either grow together and you don't. You're either happy and you don't. Age doesn't matter. Time doesn't matter. But for me, I will say we were 18, 19. And I just never saw him as my husband. I never saw him. There was no romance going on anymore. For me, I just didn't feel nothing. And I was like, I just want to be a friend. So it was another thing that you said that I went, what you keep saying, what did that look like for you? Right? What does this relationship look like for you in the event of?
That's how I felt that conversation was going. Hey, I don't want to do this no more. But this is what it looks like for me. You know, you're going to go to your mom's house and then we're still going to do this. You can see your child whenever you want to. Matter of fact, can you babysit her on Friday night? Because I'm going out. It wasn't really like this, y'all. But you see, well, I had a plan. I did.
And that would have worked for you because you've already processed the
You're right.
loss.
You're right.
So
I'm
it's
telling you,
different
I
when a person
received that.
that
I
processes
that.
the loss of the relationship sooner than the other one. Like if like we say, all right, we're gonna break up, bam. But I'm still in love with you, then it's gonna hurt me to see you posting on Instagram and like living my life. Whoopty whoopty whoop. Oh, I got these flowers in the mail. You know, somebody was thinking about me. Like these things pain me to see. So how does he respond to those emotions? Because he never really got over you. So then you're expecting him to be like jump into this whole co-parenting thing, like, okay, she left me, she don't want to be with me, and like, bam, she's cool with me hanging out with my daughter or son or whatever the case, but I don't feel right, like because every time my daughter see me, she see me with her mama, and we're like love, and it's relationship, and it's beautiful. I can't show my daughter that, so what am I gonna show her now? Because I can't show her I'm over here bagging chicks. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what's my relationship with her now? And because we don't know how to develop relationships, and we expect relationships to be just that, just be the relationship when I get there. You know what I'm saying? Like you my daughter, I'm coming. Be there when I get there. You my son, yeah, be there when I get there. You my girlfriend, yeah, be that when I get there. But it's like you have to develop whatever that relationship is going to be. I don't believe in traditional relationships. I think that life and circumstances have changed over the years, and that what a person thought 20 years ago a relationship was may be different today. Yes. So now, what does that mean for us today? Because you still want to be in a relationship, or you still might want to engage, or you still might want this vibe, or so what does it look like for you now? Because I'm telling you, like, yo, I'm not really the monogamous type. Right. Right. I'm not a monogamous type of person. So now how do you respond to that? Do your response is like, oh, I'm gonna make him be monogamous? Yes, I was saying that in my head. I was like, that's where people think. I got this gold over here. It's platinum. It's platinum. It's diamond encrusted. Everybody think they're the baddest. Every men and women. We all do. Top tier. We all everybody do. Top tier. We don't have bad days. It don't happen. None of us. None of us. It don't happen. We're perfect every day. And right. And that's how we like to portray ourselves. Yes. But what's the relationship? Like what did you expect to happen in this space? Most people think when they say, all right, boyfriend, girlfriend, they have an image of what that even looks like. Yes. Like, yo, now that's my boyfriend. Right. That's my girlfriend. Right. Bam, this is how it go. Yes. And no. Boyfriend has a whole nother experience, whole nother past. Girlfriend has a whole nother experience in the past. And you're bringing these two together and say, work it out. And you bring your trauma, I'm bringing my trauma. We didn't even talk about what this even looked like. Talk about it. We just expecting it to go perfect. Yes. And that's not the reality. So when you can process the breakdown of that relationship faster than I can, you can't expect me to respond in the same way you do. So you gotta have patience with me. And I gotta have patience with me because I might not even know that I'm hurt. I might not even know that this pains me. I might not even know how to process these emotions. I don't. Right. Because we don't even talk about it. Right. I can't talk about it with my homies because I'm a simp. Man. And too, it's crazy because where we at the time? Oh my gosh. All right. Because look, this be getting good. Look, yeah. Your girl, I'm getting coached right here by Dre. I'm feeling this one right here. But these are perspectives. I know some of y'all type. We'll type in the comment. Look, and I just forgot that good old thought right there. Look, it just be happening. Right? It is going. Oh,
Boom. Last thing. So my question is, because you mentioned something about where they're like, the toothpaste off the cap off the toothpaste wasn't coming off like that. No, that was a good example. But I am actually not one for little stuff. I'm one of those the big stuff that I allow to go on to try to think. But my question is from a male's perspective, or from a father or whatever, right? Or fiance, because again, we were engaged at the time, and I get it. I say all the time, I get it. Maybe I shook at this world. It just happened one day. I get it. But I also wonder for myself how he didn't know we was unhappy. So the examples that you gave, like the little no. I gave this example before. Hold on, let me tell you. I'm in the shower belting out Fantasia. He's in the living room. You not far. And I'm singing at the top of my lungs. If you don't want me, then don't talk to me. How you don't know? And I banged that CD and the other one, I ain't gonna beg you for months. He heard it. You didn't know we were.
You know how many years I listened to Puff Daddy say, take that, take that, take that?
And you didn't take that?
No.
Oh.
But what I'm saying is, you respond to the music. You respond in a way it's like, okay, like you enjoying that. You don't assume that she's feeling every emotion that Fantasia's feeling. I don't. When I say take that, at that time, I wasn't considering the same emotion that maybe Puffy was considering.
Well, maybe that was a bad example. He knew. He knew. He knew. Okay, he knew. He had to know. He was sleeping on the couch for a minute. How about that?
No, man.
And
yes,
he was sleeping on the couch for a minute. How about that?
Okay. So,
and not because I told him to.
But these are things that could be worked out,
Mm-mm.
right? Like, I don't know his experiences. I don't know his trials and tribulations. I don't know that he didn't see his dad sleep on the couch when he was younger, and then eventually made it back to the bedroom with his mom because they had a disagreement, or like, we're going to, as a relationship, we're going to go through
absolutely
issues. Now, in my mind, I say, all right, no matter what the issue is, I'm gonna work through it. In your mind, you're like, I tapped out on issue number 2. Like I'm over it.
No, that is
no. I don't know.
Oh, go ahead.
I don't know, and I can't speak to it. I can't speak to it. I have no idea.
Cut you off. Go ahead.
One day, because you felt differently.
Right.
And for someone that doesn't have that same mind frame,
yes,
that may have said, okay, well, we had a rough week. We had a rough month. But we can bounce back. That's his mindset, because maybe his experiences say that. Where yours is like, bruh, I'm over it. And not in a bad way, but I'm just over it. And
I like to say it was a personality clash.
And that might have been the case. But those are still, it's conversations. And then you have to expect and allow a person the space to recover. What's my recovery time? You broke up with me 2 weeks ago. God, we've been together for 20 years. What's my recovery time?
There was definitely no recovery time.
Like, everybody's recovery time is different, right? Like, and then the cold part about it is, because we're men, we can't even say our recovery time is lower than yours.
Right.
Or slower than yours.
Right.
Or it's going to take longer. Or I'm hurting and she's dating and living her life. Like, that's a shot to our ego. And now that's even harder to get past.
That's a whole. I'm gonna stop you right there, because ego and vulnerability is something that I always want to touch on, and we never get into it. I'm gonna write that down, because you're gonna have to come back. You gonna come back. But we gonna get into the last segment of the show. Y'all know what it is, and it's the keepsake quickfire. This one I just scroll through. I pick random questions, and I just want you to go and ask for answer. Not ask for them, because I'm asking you, gonna answer them. Let me see. Can love survive without loyalty?
Can love survive without loyalty? I do think that they can coexist for a period of time. If we're talking long term, I think that it's bound to blow up and explode. But short term, I think that they can coexist in the same space. Yeah. I guess that's my answer on that one. That's my short answer.
Okay. Would you rather lose trust or respect?
Dang.
Mm-hmm. I know. I know.
I would rather lose trust. I think that once the respect is gone, there is no getting it back. I think you can get trust back. I don't think that you can get respect back. Once you disrespected me, if you're talking to Dre.
Yes, I'm talking to Dre.
The only thing I know is disrespect. And retaliation.
Yes.
And then once we're in that space, it's over. There is no coming back. And that's not just relationships. That's anybody I've ever dealt with. Bro, once we cross the disrespect line, you can count it out. We done. It's a wrap.
Over.
It's a wrap.
And write that down, because trust you can get back.
Oh yeah.
Respect you can't. And the last one, because this one right here, I know it's gonna go into something, but I just want to know. I want to know: is emotional cheating worse than physical cheating?
Oh man, that's a tough one. I think it's different for both men and women. This is gonna sound bad. Men will cheat and have no emotion attached. No. We'll feel nothing about it on no kind of way.
No level.
I think when women cheat, generally speaking, again, this is not for everybody, but generally speaking, there's an emotional aspect to it. And when that emotional aspect comes into play, it's not just the physical no more. See, by the time you've emotionally cheated, there's been other levels of cheating that has happened that we don't verbalize. I think that you can cheat with your trust. I think that you can cheat with your vulnerability. I think that you can cheat with your communication. I think that you can, but these are just because all this leads up to the cheat.
Right. The cheat.
Especially for a female.
Right.
Now, a guy can be like, he can meet you tomorrow and be like, all right, bam, send you on your way. For a woman to cheat, there's like a conversation, there's going out, there's a void field that someone left.
Oh, light bulb moment. So what I feel like I hear you saying is that it's always like men cheated, women are cheating. Like, you see, because men, it could be temporary, it could be whoop, like you be like, everybody's oh, you cheated on me, right? Because a man, it could be like one, but then a woman, it was like, oh, you're cheating because you're.
So, because like for me, like I can smack you right now, like this. Bam, I'm going home.
Right.
Like I'm cheated.
Yes, you cheated.
Like, now, if you did it with me, you're likely, and I'm not gonna speak. I'm not trying to be cocky. No. Like you're gonna lay down. You're gonna think about it. You're gonna be like, oh man, I liked him. He was nice. Oh, he did this or he did
looking
that.
At my phone.
We're gonna be checking things. You're gonna be searching his gram. You're gonna be like seeing who commenting, who liking. Right. We don't care. We already conquered it. We done moved on, and you know what I'm saying. So it's like the cheat is different. For women, it's like it's an emotional aspect, and it could be that for men too. It definitely can be that for men.
Right.
But once the emotional aspect happened, the relationship's done. Relationship's done. You just gotta like now it's like you're glutton for punishment at this point. Because it's like, yo, I know she's in love with someone else. Or I know he's emotionally somewhere else. There's nothing I can say. There's nothing I can do. Because if a man, it's like she's already combed through all the trying to fix it. Yeah. In most cases.
Right.
In most cases. Yeah, she's combed through the oh yeah, I tried to do this, tried to do it, it all didn't work, blah, blah, blah.
Yes, I tried.
And he was numb to it. And then that's how it got there. For a guy, he just had a great experience while he was out and about. And he engaged in activity. And now he's moved on.
Cheated.
He cheated. Once you did it, you think about him later that night. You're cheating. You might call him, check on him, make sure he got home.
Right.
Like, yeah, that's cheating. We're like, all right, call me when you get home. We don't care.
They forget.
We don't care. We didn't check our phone.
We gotta call and be like, "Did you make it home?"
Yeah.
Because they don't
care. Did you see me on the news?
Right.
Exactly. All right, cool.
All right, man. Like, that's deep.
Yeah.
Dre, oh my gosh.
I'm sorry, I just.
No, that was great. But leave the people with something. I don't have no ending, no closing, no nothing. Because again, it's the Keep That Corner. It's my job.
I had no intentions on coming here and talking like this. I do not get a chance to express myself emotionally or relationship wise. I do enjoy it. I enjoy these spaces. So thank you for allowing me to come into the space like this and expressing my opinions and been wonderful.
Your perspective.
Yeah, I think that's important. I do feel that we as people of color have to communicate more. Mm-hmm. I think that mental health is a big issue. I think that therapy is very beneficial to our community. Mm-hmm. I think that we
it's not a bad word.
Should definitely have be open to the growth and dialogue of people. Don't just expect someone to think the way you do just because, for whatever reason.
For whatever reason.
We grew up in the same neighborhood. We came from the same family because whatever crazy reason you have, everyone has their own experiences. Everyone has their own thoughts.
Right.
A lot of those thoughts we don't talk about. Those thoughts interpret or dictate and fester and dictate how we perceive life and how we're going to move forward. So I encourage us to communicate.
Yes.
And be transparent and not judgmental.
Not judgmental. And also, I'm going to throw in understanding because that's a big word. That comprehension and understanding, because everything Dre said, you have to understand why the other person is reacting, acting, being proactive, however, communicating the way they are. Mm-hmm. And I'm very big on not matching energy of the negative energy. Right. I'm one of those, even when I work in corporate for all, I'm like, I'm the bubbly one. You know, the we could be on fire. The building could be on fire. And I'm like, hold on, y'all, don't worry, I got y'all. You know, instead of me matching energy, too many people match that negative energy.
Yeah, you can't. When people even have the mind frame to have a matching energy is already negative mind state.
Already.
And I personally don't want anyone taking me out of my comfort zone and how I feel about me and my energy and people that I want to be around. Mm-hmm. So don't allow people to just even take you out of that space. If you feel like you got to match people's energy, then you actually feel like you need to move on from that relationship or that space.
Right.
And it might not be permanently. It can just be for right now. Like, yo, this is not the space for me today.
Walk away. It's good. And with that said, we walking away.
We out this day.